what is our Apple CEO Tim Cooking? When I first learned about the news where he go to White House purposely to send a token of appreciation. What? Tim Cook is not just serving a dish, he's serving a platter of jobs, money, and stock market frenzy. I'll share with you in a short while which are the stocks that got affected by just Apple visiting Trump. So there's 10 companies being disclosed or being shared in a short speech in White House. Everyone is cheering this few company. All right, so actually there's these questions being asked. Is it possible that iPhone is no longer written or designed in US? You can just write made in US. So if you look at your phone, the question is, can iPhone 100% made in US? So Apple shareholder, you definitely have to watch this closely. Let's listen through and watch through how Tim Cook go through this crisis lah. Because definitely Trump want things made in US, but more importantly, what Trump really wants. So if you guys interested, right, go watch through these two clip that I shared here. So this clip one is from PBS, is all shared by Trump, which is Trump point of view. Or you can just go to CNBC, you look at what Tim Cook shared. So you can see how Tim share his perspective and how Trump claim credit. So actually the first news that Tim Cook or even like Trump Cook claim credit is, so right now, initially Apple have already committed 500 billion capital investment in US. So right now they increase another 100 billion, so it's 600 billion. So this is things that Trump like to listen. 600 billion capital investment means money stay in US, and this money, the major objective is to do this, create job for Americans. There's, I think it's in Texas or Detroit, Michigan. So there's this Apple Academy, something along the line, which is to train up the workers in US, and to train these workers in US so that they can do the job to create products in US. So this is the first thing that Trump like it, which is you are training US like citizen, you are creating job for US. Yeah. So what is Tim cooking? The first thing, cooking more jobs. And second thing, like what you guys said, like all these phones are not single-handedly produced by Apple. There's a lot of suppliers, there's a lot of manufacturers behind. So in the news itself, Tim Cook have mentioned that he has signed with 10 separate companies, which is to bring up US capability to produce their equipment or so-called parts in US. All right, so what are the 10 companies? Actually, when he announced these 10 companies, some of the companies their share price got moved. Yeah. So these are the 10 companies. Yeah. So first you're calling is like the glass lah. And then actually calling get the most attention. Later I'll show you why calling get the most attention. And Coherent, Global Waffle America, Amex, Applied Materials, Texas Instruments. If you know about TSMC, the founder, why TSMC start TSMC? Because Texas Instruments don't want to let him be a CEO. Yep, so this is the problem why Texas Instruments have this issue. If they have cut Morris Chang, maybe Taiwan will not have TSMC. Maybe, I would say maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so they have to sign with Samsung, Global Foundries, Emco, Broadcom. Broadcom is one of the very, very big companies. So if you have invested in Broadcom, congratulations, you have been writing some of the earnings. And one company which is MP Material. So these are the 10 companies. So tonight I'll be just talk lightly about these two companies. Yep. So first company is this Corning. Why Corning got so much attention is because Tim Cook have not just shared that moving forward, all their iPhones and also their Apple Watch would all use Corning glass. So they have give all this support for this like Kentucky manufacturer. This manufacturer based in Kentucky, and they especially raised this in their press conference, like creating this token, which is the glass thing, for President Donald Trump as a token. And this is made by Corning glass, and then it fixed it on this gold bar, which is a 24K karat gold that is produced in Utah. So this is a clear showmanship by our president or the CEO of Tim Cook to give face to Trump, I would say. Yeah. So Tim is very happy with that. Very happy with the Corning glass thing, and also very happy with the 100 billion additional investment where he can claim credit, and also all the upcoming job it brought about with this additional 100 billion job. So Apple coming to protect country. Wow, Towa, this is a very sensitive thing. I should not talk about this here. Yeah. So after it announced, the share price shot up by 7%. So you see how powerful all this news about. I always thought all this implementation of policy and stuff, right, is it's more by the Chinese government, because Chinese government always have this thing which they are more a policy centric market. Like China stock market, right? It's more a policy centric market, which is whatever the government policy push for, right? The share market will go together. I didn't expect US market have this kind of effect, but apparently Corning is one of them. But if you guys have time, right, do look deeper into Corning. So one of the things about Corning is they not just produce Corning glass. Actually, they also produce fiber optic. They also produce like all these glass for those pharmaceutical products. So maybe if you guys are interested, then we can talk more about this company. And another company that I would share, I got shocked when I heard of this. So for even electronics or even more advanced product or chipsets, right, they need a lot of rare earth material. So later I'll talk about rare earth material. Actually, there's some pre-M news that make this MP material right up. So Apple have commented that their raw material or rare earth material, right, you source from this company called MP Material. And this company, right, if you look at it, right, in a short span of 3 months, right, it just tripled. If you say there's no insider in this, right, it's a bit hard to believe. I don't know. I shouldn't put it that way, but I think definitely before Apple talk about this, definitely there's a lot more discussion. There surface some of the discussion around between some of the politicians and stuff like. Yeah. So if you go to like Quiver Quantitative, so Quiver Quantitative is the site whereby people talk about the whales, something, or people like Nancy Pelosi, what they invest and stuff like that. Yeah. So MP material is the rare earth material whereby Apple would purchase for them. So these little companies, out of the 10 companies, so if you study enough in the supply chain, right, actually when we invest, right, we may not just focus on Apple. We can focus in some of the smaller companies. We serve as a supply chain for Apple, where if they have like very strong economic mode, Apple is not their single clients. So these are the opportunities that we can look into when we talk about investing into companies.
So if you haven't followed me on YouTube, just search Goodwill channel, subscribe, follow, hit like. Thanks again for all your support. I hope all these sessions give you clarity, give you enough turbulent management, so for us to continue to keep healthy, keep happy, and hot in the market. Thank you, everyone. I will see you next week. Bye bye.